The problem with you producers is that you're trying to sell beats to rappers, when in reality, rappers should be charging you to use your beats. May sound a little weird, right? Are there cases in which a producer should pay a rapper to rap on their beats? Yes. This is a conversation started by a rapper by the name of Triz. You may have heard of him. He doesn't want producers to send him beats. He wants producers to send him money to rap over their beats. And he also believes that producers benefit the most from rappers using their beats, which is the part that I disagree with. Let's talk about it. Dame has some insight. What do you think, producers? Would you pay a rapper to rap on your beat, either for a placement or a feature or some type of scenario? Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Let's go with Triz. He's a friend of yours, right?
Friend, we know each other. I mean, we're not friends. I just don't know him that well.
Okay, sorry. I didn't want to start beef, but we are
definitely not beef.
Triz is a great rapper.
I know that he's a Houston Rockets fan, and I've met him in person probably once or twice. Cool cat. So, but I'm not sure what he's saying here. But what's he saying?
He is okay. This is on Threads. I read the screenshot first because we follow each other on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. Triz says producers get charged for features. Also, I have my own producers that I work with. I'm not in need of beats from random producers, although I appreciate everyone trying to work with me. Peace. I think that's as fair as someone can be when addressing probably the onslaught of messages he's getting from producers saying, you need beats here, let me send you beats, let me send you, because even I get that. People send me beats. Mm-hmm. Like, what? Stop sending me, a lot of producers aren't intentional. A lot of producers aren't, like, as we were saying, they're not great communicators, and networking involves good communication. So a lot of producers will just be like, oh, all I have to do is DM someone incessantly or scrape someone's email and just start forcing my products on them. And that's how you form a relationship. It's like, why don't you just start with talking to somebody about anything, just introducing yourself? That's kind of a lost art, sad as it is. Because I think it's completely fair if I reach out to an artist that's, big, a lot bigger than me, and maybe they don't even like my beats. I'm just like, here are some beats, because I'm a big fan of yours. And they say, you know what? I have my own in-house producers. This isn't really something that I'm in need of right now. But if you like me so much, all right, I'll do a verse for you, 500, 1,000, 1,500, whatever. If you're communicating that, I have no problem with that. The same way I have no problem with artists reaching out to producers and the same thing happening. I want that beat. Okay, cool. Send me 500 and you got it. That's just how we do business. So I would be a hypocrite as a producer if I was saying, well, rappers can't do that back to us. Of course they can. Sometimes you collab, sometimes you sell, sometimes you trade. There are all kinds of methods of collaboration or working with one another that work given the circumstances. Not every situation is going to be the same.
All right. So where's the conflict? I don't see too many people. Maybe people pushing back on this. I don't know.
There were a lot of people pushing back. So like status doesn't equate to skill, status, cloud. I'll never pay an artist to get on my production. You see a lot of that. I think a lot of producers are triggered by that. But what I didn't initially really process was the caption. And he said, with all due respect, just like rappers, a lot of producers will reach out to artists to work with, but because they are sending beats, they think they're doing an artist a favor. If you send a rapper with a strong fan base a beat and he gets on it, you benefit more than him, her pay up. That's the part that I don't agree with. What do you think about that?
If you send a rapper with a strong fan base a beat and he gets on it, you benefit more than him or her pay up. I guess it depends on how well the song does.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, it's possible the producer just delivered you the beat that's gonna, take you to the next level. It might have sent you your Old Town Road. Yeah. And you didn't have that. You have no idea. I definitely can't agree with that. But it could be the case if they sent you something that didn't do so well and you tagged the producer on Instagram when you put it out, and the song was just average or below average. That doesn't look good for either one of you, actually. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if the song doesn't do well, and the producer is tagged, it's a lose-lose situation. But so my thing is this: if I'm imagining a scenario in which, like let's say I send a huge rapper who's a big rapper right now that's actually signed.
Who's Kendrick's boy, Baby Keem?
Yeah, so I send Baby Keem a beat, and he probably has a pretty good budget right now. I get $10,000 up front for the beat. We theoretically get the same underlying composition splits, but Baby Keem got an exponentially higher advance from the label initially. Maybe his label advance, the option they took for that album was $2 million after the first album. You know what I'm saying? So he already has that $2 million advance. He has a higher royalty rate than I do because, it's his project. So he might be doing what is average 16% and I'm getting 3 points. So there's already a difference there. Also, even if the song doesn't do well, if he's performing it as part of his set, maybe he's doing 5 to 10 songs and getting paid that booking fee. I don't get any of that. Theoretically, I'm supposed to be getting performance royalties if it's registered correctly, but he and I are getting the same amount of that if we're 50-50 on the underlying composition. So in the places where I benefit, I'm benefiting an equal amount to the rapper. In the places where I'm not benefiting, the rapper's getting everything, like show fees. So it might elevate my own profile as a producer, but I would have to really work with that. I like, if I have a Baby Keem record, I don't just sit back and watch the fame roll in. I have to really do my marketing thing. I have to let people know that I'm on that project. I have to do, because the biggest songs I've done, people don't know it's me automatically. I have to let them know. That's why you see producers on Instagram all the time doing these reels where it's songs you didn't know I produced, which is a good idea. I need to do a bunch of those. I would have to work. My thing is arguably no, I don't think the producer benefits the most. But as far as random producers just sending beats out, yeah, if you want a feature, pay for it. If the artist wants a beat for a project, then they pay, or they figure some other kind of arrangement out. But I don't think that it's a matter of one party getting more than the other. Anything could happen.
Again, bad argument to have, in my opinion, because, people are going to hear that and be like, well, the producer needs more, right? Yeah. Like, yeah. On the flip side, Baby Keem is the actual person performing, preparing for his performance, traveling to his performance, figuring out the marketing of the record, the video of the record. While he's doing that, the producer could be sending out other songs to other artists, getting more placements. So yeah, you're going to get a fraction of what the artist ultimately gains from putting out the song. But while the artist is doing all the stuff they need to do to push the song, you could be sending out more packs and landing 10, 20, 100 more placements. So that's, I don't like, that's another conversation I don't like. You don't deserve as much as the artist. So let's not have that conversation. The other piece of it, I just lost my train of thought. My bad. The artist does, like, even if, I do think it's not a game changer, but I think it does raise the profile a bit of an artist that has, some bigger credits with bigger artists, even if it's in their bio. I think that's a good selling point.
You mean a producer, right?
Yeah, a producer. Yeah. My bad. If I misspoke. If I go to a page and a producer's like, hey, I've worked with Drake, Kendrick, Cole, and, it doesn't immediately say, let me buy this beat blindfolded or without even hearing it. But it's like, oh, okay, this person must be vetted, Probably.
A lot of them are lying, though, too, in their bios.
Yeah, well, if you get caught lying, then it's the exact opposite effect. It's kind of probably a block. But yeah, there's some benefit of just no matter what the song does. I don't know obviously, if the song is a hit, it's a better look. Yeah. But yeah, I see. What did Triz say? What was the part? Can you put it up again? People saying that they'll never pay. All right, your prerogative if you want to pay for stuff, not pay for stuff. Okay, so yeah, that's what we just talked about. But let's see some of the comments.
I think this is good because this is from a producer. I will never pay an artist to get on my production.
It's way more than just making a beat. If you got to go outside your producer circle, that tells me you don't have much faith in your guy's sound. Sounds like artists who want to avoid paying the production or form a team to get free beats. What type of mentality? You will never prosper. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, do what works for you. Like you know, as a producer, you might want to put together your own album, and obviously, you know, maybe you can use AI now, or you can build relationships with
No, don't use
artists, or you can build relationships with artists and put out like a dope collab album. You know,
Yeah, a lot of producers do that. Here's the issue, and I've brought this up before. So also, this is a funny story because you hear about this too, where like an artist will contact a producer and be like, "Hey, I really like those beats. Send me something. I'm about to record to it. Oh, by the way, I need the X amount of dollars." That's I don't like that. Just be upfront about everything. But what I was gonna say is, I see why producers are frustrated because there are artists that I've given free beats to with the express agreement in written form that this is a trade. You're going to give me a verse and I'm going to give you this beat. And when I try to hit them up, it's radio silence. Graf is a rapper that did that to me. A rapper that doesn't do that to me is DJ Luke Nasty. Shout out to him. He has a couple of hit songs, and I've sent him beats. And then the one time I asked for a favor, I was like, I got this Ted Park record. I think he would sound good on. And I sent it to him. A day later, he sends me back the sessions.
Good business.
I'm like, that's a good guy. Wow, this is amazing, because I'd say this happens in maybe 30% of all cases where you have an agreement with someone. And you hear that, like, isn't that the whole Cameron versus J. Cole beef, where it's just you have an agreement with someone and then with creative agreements, and it's an exchange of like, you give me this for this. A lot of the time, one of the parties doesn't fulfill their side of the deal.
It's typically the artist. It's what I've seen the most.
Yeah.
Like the artist gets what they want, and then when they're called upon to do something in return, it's very difficult to get it from them.
If that's the case, Jim Jones owes me 5 albums.
Jim, you're definitely not getting that.
He has a podcast, so I'm bringing it back full circle.